Good evening, guys. Just let me know, am I audible? Online folks who are attending, just let me know if I'm audible. Guys, shall we start? Everyone's back. Attendance did they take? Okay, good for you guys then. Close the door. One of the most important topics of your chapter number 2, rectification. Now, rectification chapter is gonna help us in two things. One, sir, I'm a student. What am I interested in scoring marks? Is it important? Every attempt there is a question on rectification. How many marks? Starting from 6 going up to 12. Starting from what? Going up to every attempt there is a paper. So question on this. So I cannot ignore this from a topic from the student per se, but also this is a validation that I've understood the topics. Right? So the first thing that we need to understand before we go into rectification of errors, what do you mean by an error and what do you mean by a fraud? What do you mean by error and what do you mean by fraud? Errors are unintentional, whereas fraud is intentional. Errors are unintentional, whereas frauds are what? Intentional. So you are doing fraud with an objective to conceal something. Errors has been because of oversight, lack of concepts or other part of it. Now we are only talking of rectifying errors. Frauds, when do we figure out? CA inter audit. We have audit, there we'll find out. Today we are only gonna stick on to the errors. Now when we are talking of errors, it is very important for us to understand what are the different kinds of errors which are there and how does it affect my trial balance. So what are we going to be learning now? What are the different kinds of errors and how is it going to affect the trial balance? What does trial balance talk about? Guys, what does trial balance talk about? Arithmetical accuracy of the books. What does arithmetical accuracy of the books mean? That the debit of all the transactions is what? Equal to the credit of all the transactions. So debit is equal to credit is what trial balance is going to talk about. Now what I need to be learning from the chapter is that for every debit that I do, is there a credit? Does it affect my trial balance? If I understand this, the whole chapter becomes easier. So today we will do first part of the chapter. Tomorrow we'll do the second part of the chapter. So we'll go a little slow because it's very, very important for my examination point of view. Now, The first kind of error is called as error of principle. First kind of error is called as what? What is error of principle? Error of principle is if I treat a capital item as revenue, if I treat what? Capital item as revenue or revenue item as capital, we call it as what? Error of principle. Sir, what is this? Did not understand. Science students will run away. Correct, no? So she's already sitting in the corner to run. What is error of principle? Capital item meaning revenue, revenue item meaning capital means. Let's try to understand in a simpler manner. Where does revenue item appear in financial statements? In my profit and loss account. Revenue items appear where? Profit and. Where does capital appear? In the balance sheet. So if the item which was supposed to appear in the balance sheet comes in the profit and loss account, or the item which is supposed to come in profit and loss account is coming in the balance sheet, we call it as error of principle. Understood? Now let me give example. Paid salary. Paid. What is the journal entry? Salary to cash. Salary to cash. When I say salary to cash, instead of writing salary to cash, I wrote it as what? Now, tell me logically, will my profits change? Salary is also an expense. Repair also is an expense. Something I have written in expense, but not in the right name. But my profit, is it remaining the same? Is it remaining the same? So that means my amount which was in P&L was recorded in the P&L only. This is not a error of principle. Are you clear? I installed a machinery. What is the journal entry? Machinery to cash. I wrote it as wages to cash. I should have written it as what? Machinery. Instead, I wrote it as what? Wages to cash. Now, will this affect my profit and loss account? Will this affect my profit and loss account? Yes. Why yes? Because wages was never meant to come in my profit and loss, whereas machinery should have come in the in my balance sheet. The moment a balance sheet item is coming in the P&L, what is happening to your profit? Is it going up or going down? Going. How up? Down. Instead of machinery, you wrote it as wages. Wages is an expense. When you write an expense, will your profit go up or go down? It is going. So, because of doing this error, your profit changed. Whereas in the previous error, did the profit change? So, this is my error of principle. When I do an error of principle, my profit will tend to change. Because I am taking what? A capital item as revenue or a revenue item as capital, my profits will tend to change. Did you understand this? One more example. Whitewash of a second-hand building. Whitewash of a. is treated as repairs and expense. Is treated as what? What is the journal entry you should have passed? Whitewash of a second-hand building. Capital expenditure or revenue expenditure? I've already covered. It's a capital expenditure. What should have been the journal entry? You should record it to the building. What is the journal entry for that? Building account. Building account debited to. But instead, what did you write? You wrote it as repairs to cash. You wrote it as what? Repairs to cash. Now, is it a error of principle? Why? Building would have come in the balance sheet. Instead, you wrote it as repairs, which is coming in the P&L account. Did you all understand error of principle? Online folks, did you all understand error of principle? Sanjana, Arjun, Anisha, Tejasri. Right? Now comes the second error. Comes which error? Error of omission. Error of, what does error of omission means? That you did not record the transaction. You did not record the transaction. So if you have failed to record a transaction or failed to post a transaction, we call it as error of omission. Now I'll tell you guys, hey, you know what? You did not record. You did not record. What will you do? Now record it. You did not record. Now what will you do? That's the way we are gonna rectify it. Errors of omission are simple. You did not record. You will now record it. Now comes the error of commission. Now comes what? Error of commission. Good evening. Guys who are attending, please write your names on the YouTube. Whoever is attending it. Error of commission. Now what is error of commission is if the error is in the accounts or in the, if the error is what? In the accounts or in the amounts, we call it as what? Error of commission. Example, paid salary 5,000. Paid salary, what is the journal entry? Salary to cash 10,000. Good evening, Nitin. Right? Now, instead of that, I wrote it as salary to cash 1,000. I wrote it as what? Salary to cash 1,000. Now, is the accounts right? Accounts means names of this. Is the accounts right? Is the amounts right? Then we call it as error of. One more thing. Now, next thing. Instead of salary to cash, I wrote it as wages to cash. I wrote it as what? What is happening? Salary got replaced with, but the amount was right. But the names of the account, you wrote it wrong. Then we call it as what? Error of commission. Understood? Just a brief. Understood? Fourth one is what? Compensating errors. What do you mean by compensating errors? If there is one error, if there is what? One error, and you do one more error, and you do what? Then we call such errors as compensating errors, where the effect of one error will be compensated by another error. We call it as what? Now, what are we going to do now? We are going to go try to understand each of the errors in depth. We are going to go and try to understand what? Each of the errors in depth. Second part that we are going to do is we are going to learn how to rectify an entry. How to? Now, if Nivash does a mistake in the paper, what do you do? Now imagine I purchase goods from Nivash. What do I write? Purchases to Nivash. I'll write it as 10k. 10k. Now imagine instead of Nivash, I should have written Ram. I should have written who? What will Nivash do? Write like this and write it as Ram account in the exam. Correct? This is not allowed in real life. This is what? Not allowed in the real life. Good evening, Shiv Charan. Now, why is this not allowed? Look into it. In real life accounting, once you pass an entry, you cannot delete it. You cannot delete it nor erase it. Because these are all computer based. Then how do we correct it? If you have done wrong debit, if you have done what? You erase it by crediting it. Listen to it again. If you have done purchases wrong, you should have scratched purchases. I don't scratch it. Purchase was on the debit. I will cancel it by writing what? Now, who did I write first? And Nivash is where? Where is Nivash? Credit. I have to cancel Nivash. What I will do? I will debit. What is debit? Nivash account debited. We'll come back. Wait. If I have to cancel an entry, please everyone listen to it. This is the core. If I have to cancel an entry which was written wrongly, if I have written wrong debit, I will cancel by crediting it. If I have wrongly credited, I will cancel by. This is the thumb rule. All my rectification thumb rule is what? Wrong debit will be cancelled by credit. Wrong credit will be cancelled by debit. Are you clear? Online? Sudarshan, good evening. Mariona, I won't be doing my costing marathon for September. No, September I'll do. Sorry. I'll be doing it in July. Guys, are you clear? Till here easy. So we learned 4 kinds of errors. First one, error of. What was error of principal? Revenue treated as capital. Second one, omission. You don't record the entry. Third one, commission, wrong account or both also is possible. Now, our Nivash came and said, sir, you told wrong account, no? You told? He said, salary to cash. I wrote it as machinery to cash. Sir, this is salary, this is machinery. Both are different accounts. Is it error of commission? Because it is affecting my revenue and balance sheet, we treat it as what? Then what are we understanding from this? That my error of commission should be within balance sheet or within P&L. Example, instead of salary, you wrote it as repairs and maintenance. Instead of Nivash, you wrote Rama. Instead of Rama, you wrote Sita. Instead of Sita, you wrote Lakshmana. All are affecting my balance sheet only. All are affecting my. But instead of Rama, you wrote it as salary. Then it will become an error of principle. Are you clear? Are you guys clear? Now what did I say after this? Every wrong debit will be cancelled by credit and every credit will be cancelled by debit. Are you clear? Now let's start. What is an error? Error is unintentional, what I do. Fraud is what Nivash is doing, intentional. Right? Rectification of errors only deals with honest mistakes. So an error once deducted must never be corrected by overwriting, erasing or tearing a page, but only by proper. In examination and all, please don't use this logic. You do one error wrong, cut the entry and write next. This is only for real life and only for the chapter or the questions called rectification of entry. Other entries and all, if you do wrong, properly scratch and write. Sir, that day you told, I told for real life. Sir, real life only will come in the exam. I am not the guy responsible for your another attempt. Are you clear? So in an exam, if you do except rectification chapter, except which chapter? Other chapters, if you do wrong, please cross the entry. This is only meant for what? Rectification chapter and real life. Are you all clear? Why rectification is important? Why rectification of? Because one, it helps me to make my accounts error free. Second, in terms of audit, I told you every error becomes an audit observation. Sir, what is it? I don't understand. Leave it. Third one, it helps me to comply my books of accounts. It will help me to, what do you mean by compliance? Following the rules and regulations of accounting. Done. Now, errors will come one by one. We are now going to go very deep to each of the errors so that we can get the concept right. Error of principle arises when a transaction is recorded in violation of a fundamental accounting principle. The classic trigger is what? Capital item getting treated as revenue. Most of the errors of principle is caused because of confusion between capital expenditure and capital expenditure is wrongly charged to expense account, or revenue expenses is wrongly capitalized to an asset. Revenue expenditure, you show it as capital. Capitalized as an asset means revenue expenditure, you are showing it as an asset. An asset is shown as a revenue expenditure, then we call it as error of principle. First time we said, now we are just confirming it. Everyone is clear? I am done with that error of principle concept. I am not going to touch anymore again. Is everyone clear? Now we will try to understand one by one. Now look into this. On 1st April, online folks, did you understand? Just put a thumbs up if you have done it. So I'll move to the example. Now, I am writing, look into it, on 1st April, Mr. Arjun bought a latte machine for his factory from purchasing of a machinery. What is the correct entry? So everyone open your book. Everyone open your book. The format that we are going to follow is like this. My working note will always have correct entry, wrong entry, and my working note will always have what? For every transaction, correct entry, wrong entry, and rectified entry. Shall we start writing? Now, first one, Mr. Kumar bought a machine for his factory for 50,000 on credit from Kaveri Machine Works The accountant looking at the supplier's invoice record it as a, he recorded through which book? What did I say? The moment you record it in the purchase book, Kaveri machine, what does that mean? That you have passed an entry as purchases today. Early class we did. The moment you write anyone's name in the purchase book, what does that mean? You have passed an entry as what? Purchases, credit purchases. What's the journal entry for credit purchase? So in your wrong account column, write down this one. In the wrong account column, write down purchase account debited to Kaveri Machine Works. 50,000. Purchase account debited to Kaveri. How much? 50,000 and 50,000. Are you clear? Done? Now, what is the correct entry you should have written? For an asset purchase, what's the journal entry for asset purchase? Asset account debited to creditor from whom I am purchasing. That will be what? So in the correct entry column, write down machinery to Kaveri Machine Works 50,000 and 50,000. In the correct entry, what are you gonna write? Machine account debit to Kaveri 50,000 and 50,000. Now everyone, for the next 2 minutes, watch the board. Everyone, for the next 2 minutes, I want you to watch the board and understand how I am nullifying the effect from whatever. What was my wrong entry? Wrong entry was what? Purchase to Kaveri. Correct entry was what? Now I want you to watch how I do rectified entry. First, I am going to check my debit and debit. First, I am going to check what? Debit and debit. Look at the way I'm pronouncing or I'm announcing it. Who should have been debited? But instead, whom did you give debit to? So purchase was wrongly debited. Therefore, you're gonna cancel him by crediting it. Listen to it again. I should have debited machinery. Instead of that, whom did I debit? What did I say? If you have wrongly debited, you will cancel by. So that means I will write it as to purchase 50,000. The purchase which was wrongly debited, I cancelled it out by crediting it. Did you understand? Now, that means in this entry, this guy is gone. Now, who should be in his place? So, machinery account will come and take over his place. So, machinery account will be. It is like replacing. Nivash, you get out, I will sit. You get out, I will sit. So what am I doing now? So when he is thrown out by crediting it, I will come and take his place. So I should be debited. So machinery account debited to purchases. Now what did I rectify? I have rectified the debit. I have rectified what? Debit. Are you all clear? Everyone, did you understand this? Sir, so we have to reverse the wrong entry? Yes. Did you all understand this? Now, come to the credit. Who should have been credited? Kaveri. Who was credited? So that means I don't have to touch the credit. Because I should have given credit to Kaveri, I have given credit to Kaveri only. Therefore, credit should not be touched. Therefore, my rectified entry will be machinery to purchases. Did you understand? Write this down. Machinery to purchases is my correct entry. Did you all understand? Did you all understand? Online folks, Ranjit, Sudarshan, Shiva. Shall we do the next question? Shall we do the next question? Now, before I go to the next question, I want you guys to answer a core concept question. A core. Now, this is the error I have done. Everyone look into it. Is this the error I have done? Now, my question from your trial balance is, does this affect trial balance? Does it affect the trial balance? What does affecting the trial balance mean? Debit should not be equal to credit. Now, when I did the wrong entry, I gave the debit also properly, credit also properly. Does it affect my trial balance? The answer is no. So, error of principle does not affect my trial balance. Here it is there, here, impact. Both sides of the entry were posted, so the trial balance will still tally. Trial balance will still. Until rectified, the business will look less profitable. Until rectified, the business will look what? Why? Because you are showing machinery as purchase. You are showing what? Machinery as purchase. The moment you are showing machinery as purchase, what is happening to your expenses? Expenses have increased. If expenses have increased, what will happen to the profit? Profits will decrease. That's what they said. Understood? Everyone? Easy? Confusing? No. Science students are saying no. Commerce students. Next one. A 4,000 repair bill for an existing machine is wrongly posted to machinery account instead of repairs account. You have done a what? Repair bill for an fully installed. What does this mean? Repair expense is a capital or revenue. Why revenue? Because it is helping me to maintain the existing capacity. Therefore, it's a revenue expenditure. Now, what is he saying? He is posting to instead of. So, he should have written the journal entry as. What is the journal entry for repairs? Repairs account. Repairs account debited to cash. What is the amount? 4,000. Instead, he posted it as what? Machinery to cash. Machinery to. What was the amount? 4,000. 4,000. How do you rectify it? This is my correct entry. This is my wrong entry. How do you rectify it? Huh? So first thing, I should have wrongly, I have done what? Sorry. I have done what? Machinery is wrongly debited. So what will you do? You will credit to machinery account. Now what did I do? I eliminated this. Instead of machinery, who should come? So I'll write it as repairs to machinery account. Clear? Credit, who's there? Credit, who's there? So should I rectify it? Are you clear? 5 marks question. Describe errors of principle. Forget it. Purchase of office furniture and fixtures has been debited to general expense account. Purchase of what? Office furniture has been, is a error of true or false? What is this error? Error of. Are you clear? Next one, error of omission. Next error, guys, is what? Online folks, are you clear with the first one, error of principle? If any of you guys want the notes, you can just later download it on the app. Our Nivash is asking, why did I pay fees again? Student should progress. Done? Now, in error of omission, there are two kinds of error. In error of omission, how many kinds of errors are there? Error number 1 is my complete omission. Is what? Complete omission. That means you did not record the debit nor the credit. You did not record the debit nor the credit. Then we call it as complete omission. Nivash, he knew purchase account debit. 2, he did not know whose account to be credited. He forgot. He thought he will write towards the end. He forgot and he thought what? He will write towards the end. Now what did he do? Did he completely miss the entry? He did. He wrote only one side. That means he has partially missed the entry. Now, sir, in real life, will partial omission happen? No. In real life, partial omission will not. Why? Because computer does not let you to pass an entry or leave if you don't pass both debit and credit. Who will not leave? Will not leave you till you do what? Both debit and credit. So why are we learning? I don't know. Will it ever happen in real life? No. Why are we learning? Because they'll ask in the exam. Sir, after exam, can I forget? You forget. Only know about the correct entry, wrong entry mechanism. That is more than enough. These things are only for examination. Now, complete omission. Will my trial balance tally? Why? No debit, no credit. Automatically it will tally. Partial omission. One debit will be there, one credit will not be there. Therefore, will it tally? Partial omission, trial balance will not tally. Complete omission, trial balance will tally. Understood? Now, look into this. A credit sale of 8,000 to Mr. Suresh was completely omitted. A credit sale to Mr. Suresh was completely omitted. You did not pass the entry. How do you rectify it? By passing the entry. What is the journal entry for Suresh account? Debited to sales account. You did not pass the entry. Now you will pass the entry. What is the journal entry for making sale? Suresh to, that is your rectified entry. Sir, so much easy chapter. No, na. Easy, no? They have come first class. There are 2-3 people. If you say difficult, they'll run away. The entry was not put at all. Therefore, you're gonna do what? Are you guys clear? Now look into the third one or the fourth one. The entry was partly recorded. Was what? Now example, look into it. Mr. Raj, a customer pays 1200 in cash. So I am recording it in the cash book. I am recording in the, that means can I say journal entry is past? Can I say journal entry is past? Can I say cash book ledger is also past? I have entered in the cash book. So can I say cash book the moment I have entered it? Can I say cash journal entry as well as cash ledger account both are past? Now, whereas the accountant forgets to put the corresponding credit to Raj. He wrote the receipt like what we did chapter wise in the... Who's this background music, guys? In the cash book, you have written at what? On the receipt side, you have written it as to cash. In the cash book, you have written it as what? To Raj. Whereas you forgot to write where? In Raj's book as what? By cash. Listen to it. You are doing Raj ledger and cash book. Money received from cash book, where do you write? On the receipt side to Raj. On the receipt side to Raj. Now, the moment I write in the cash book, should I write it in the cash ledger account? Not required. Why? Because cash book and cash ledger are the same. Now, like the previous question only, we did the cash book, but I forgot to write in the, because we do one after the other. So I forgot to write in whose book? So in Raj's ledger, now look into it. I should have written it as what? By cash. Now I have to rectify this because he forgot to write this. He forgot to write this. How do you rectify it? How do you rectify it? Now, look. Raj account should have been debited or credited. Raj account should be debited or credited. Credited. So I will write it as Raj account will be credited by that amount. I'll write it as a statement. As what? Raj account will be credited by whatever the amount is. Raj account, see here, credit Raj's account directly with, that is my rectified entry. Credit what? Raj's account. Why? Because cash account you wrote the debit properly, whereas in the Raj ledger account you forgot to credit it. You forgot to credit it. Now, what is going to be a rectification entry? Go to Raj's account and write the credit entry. I'll teach you how. Did you understand this? So your rectified entry is what? As a statement format, credit Raj's account directly with 1200. Our Nivash has learned something called as suspense. Since I'm not teaching him suspense, his head is breaking in suspense. Correct? No? Wait. See? So wait. Because in your examination, they can ask you only to pass the statement also. So you have to learn this. Did you understand how to pass an entry? We will do more questions as we go along. But this is how, whenever there is a one-sided error, We go to that ledger. That's where reading journal and ledger, it becomes important. Why reading? I was telling you so many times, you are saying, Ayo, you are boring. Because of this. I might be boring, but it will help you to clear your exam if you follow it mechanically. Clear? Now, error of commission. Error of commission. Now, error of commission has how many types? How many types? 5 types are there. We are going to learn that. Okay. First one, look into it. 700 received from Anil. 700 received from Anil, posted to. What is the journal entry for money received from Anil? Cash account debited to. Instead you posted to. Sir, what are you doing? I don't know what I am doing, Madan. Cash account debited to Sunil is my wrong entry. Correct entry is what? Cash account debited to Anil. How do you rectify it? First, check your debit. Who should have been debited? Did you debit him properly? So I don't have to rectify my debit. I don't have to rectify my debit. I will come to who? Credit. Who should have been credited? Who should have been credited? Who's credited? Now what will you do? Sunil has to be cancelled. How do you cancel Sunil? From credit, you will move him to. From credit, you will move him to. Now, who will replace Sunil? So, Sunil account debited to Anil account. Understood? Just for some questions, keep doing mechanically. After that, you see the question, your answer will directly come in. But follow the same thing. Debit, debit, credit, credit. Clear? Now my question is, will my trial balance tally? Will my trial balance tally? Online folks. Yes. Why? Because debit is equal to credit. So my accounts will match. So my trial balance will match. Guys, see here. For the ones who said I cannot understand, see here. What is the format I told you? I'll write first my correct entry. Correct entry was what? Cash to Anil. What is my wrong entry? Cash to. Correct entry is cash to Anil. Wrong entry is what? Cash to Sunil. Now I have to pass the rectified entry. First thing, I'll check what? My debit. Debit should have been cash. It is also posted as. So I don't have to touch anything on the debit. I don't have to touch anything on the. Now credit. Who should have been credited? Who's credited? First I have to remove Sunil. Who's Sunil? Somebody, Sunil. I have to remove Sunil. How do I remove Sunil? By debiting it. Sunil account debit. Now this place got empty. This place got empty. Who will come and fill this place? Are you clear? The ones who asked out, are you guys clear? Anika, Anant, Arnav. Easy? Easy till now? Next one. Now see here. The both, listen to it. Both accounts are right, but the amount is wrong. Both the accounts are right, but what? Let's look into the example. Sale of 5,600 to Ram. Sale of 5,600 to Ram was entered as 6,500 in sales book. Sale of 5,600 to Ram entered as what? 5,600 in sales book. Now, what is the correct entry? What is the correct entry for sales to Ram? Ram to sales 5,600 is the correct entry. What is the wrong entry you did? Ram account debited to sales account 6,500. This is my. Now the next concept we are going to learn. We are going to learn the. Now what did I say? What did I say? Check your debit. Check your debit. Correct. Check your credit. Check your credit. Sir, then what wrong? After you check the amount, accounts, you have to check the, what is the amount? How do I read it? Science students, listen to it carefully. I should have debited 5,600. I should have. I have debited 6,500. That means what? I have given excess debit. I have given what? To whom? To whom? To Ram. Therefore, I have to reduce that excess debit. How do I reduce? By crediting it. You have given more 900. You have to reduce that 900. How do you reduce it? Do the opposite. How do you reduce it? Do the opposite. Did you understand? Again, I am reading. I am debiting 5,600. Should have been actually debited. But instead, how much did I debit? 6,500. So what did Ram ended up getting? More. How much more money? Now, how do you cancel that? By taking that money back. How will you take the money in accounting? By crediting it. So you'll write to Ram. How much? Did you understand? Now tell me what will happen then in the credit. Sales, you should have credited how much? 5,600. You have credited how much? How much extra did you credit? 900 excess credit. What will you do? How do you cancel? By debiting. What will you debit? Sales account debited to Ram 900. That's all is your rectification entry. Easy second concept. How do we check the amounts? You know, you tell the paper chapter is difficult, everyone will focus. You make the concept easy, then no one will focus. This one now, debit wrong entries, credit wrong entries. We'll do gossip. Come here. Full panchayati they are doing. Done. Next one. Next one. Read the term. What is posting? Posting means, correct, no? Transferring from journal to ledger is posting. Transfer from what? Journal to ledger is posting. Now, see here, I'll explain one example. I purchase goods from Ram. I purchase goods from. What's the journal entry? How do I post it in ledger? In purchase account, here you will write it as 2 Ram. In Ram account, I have to write it as what? I should have written as what? By purchase. Instead, I wrote it as. Are you clear? How do I rectify it? First thing, what I will do, I have to erase this guy. I have to. How do I erase this guy? I have wrongly credited him. I will debit it. So I will write it as 2. Oh, sorry. By something 10k. By something what? 10k by. So I'm giving a wrong debit. To cancel it, I am crediting it by doing what? 10,000 on my credit. What name, what to be write and all, we'll look at it later. By something 10,000 I will write. Are you clear? Now what? How does my RAM ledger account look after this? It is becoming 0. Please understand, there was already a purchase account of 10. The moment I passed a rectified entry, the ledger account is showing what balance? But what was the objective? To show what balance? On which side? So again I will write by something 10k. By something 10k. Are you clear? So what is your rectification is, you will credit whose account? By how much? 10k for the previous error, 10k for the actual effect. So you will credit Ram's account by how much? 20,000. If the account is wrongly debited, listen to it, clue for us in the exam. If the account is wrongly debited, your answer will be credited with twice the amount. If the amount is wrongly debited, what will be your answer? Credited with twice the amount. Once for cancellation, once for bringing in the account. 20k you will credit it with. Did you all understand? You and your suspense. Did I teach you suspense? Then why are you bothered? Some account, keep it. We have to write it as a statement there. I'll tell you why also. I know you will say I've got 100. I also have got 100. So we'll talk. But the only thing is state syllabus, you are CBS. So I'll give you some proof. Guys, did you understand? Guys, did you understand? If you are getting offended with any of the jokes, please tell. Don't file a case. I have asked his permission. Say I do. So that if tomorrow somebody says he did something wrong because of you, then fine. Oh. Okay, we won't crack that. Don't feel bad. Next one. I'll explain it through an example. Madin, look into it. What? I still have not even done 3 pages. I'll finish all the 5 and then we'll give you a break. We are in the third one. 2 more only. When 500 is received from 500 is received from X, how do you write it? When 500 is received from the X, what is the journal entry? Cash or bank account debited to? Cash account debited to X. Now see here, the cash book receives a debit of 500. So in the cash book, I will write 2x. Is it right? And X account should be. So in the X account, I should write it as what? Buy cash. But what did this guy do? He did not record this. Rather, he recorded as 2 cash 500. Madin, instead of recording it as what? Buy cash, he recorded as what? 2 cash 500. How do you rectify this? Buy, sorry, this is debit, this is buy 500 first to cancel the entry. So I am going to be writing by crediting X account by 500. You will cancel the first error. Then again you will write by. Don't use the term cash and all. Why not to be used? I'll tell. Otherwise, before going, he'll not let me sleep. He'll drop message the whole night. I'll tell you before going. Right? Buy something 500, I will write. So whenever, see, in X account, cash should have been credited. You are wrongly debiting it. You are. So what will be a rectification? Credit. If you have wrongly debited, then the answer will be credit with twice the amount. Something which is wrongly credited, you have debited it. Therefore, the rectification entry will be what? Credit with twice the amount. Now see here. Anna, for you only. Direct in X ledger, credit X with. What is your answer? Credit X with 1000. I did not use cash anywhere. I did not use. So don't overuse your intelligence. I have read it this way only, if you remember. X account, credit by 500 plus 500. So X account should be credited by 1000. Understood? The statement X account should be credited because this is coming on the credit side by twice the amount, because once for cancelling it, once for passing the actual entry. So you'll be crediting it twice. There's no account. Why are you looking at it? You don't believe what I teach is right? Don't attend the class. He looks at it as if I am doing something He had to get 100 in CA foundation. Because of me, he's not getting that. So he keeps looking. What are you doing? Tell. I told you I'll teach. Till the time, believe what I'm doing. Then what are you asking? X account? Okay. Correct. Correct. To record the original entry, you're recording another 500. Correct. What name? Why are we not writing? We will come. I've still not started the chapter. So wait, I'm just teaching you the concept of errors and how do we rectify those errors. Somebody in YouTube is asking, who's Nivash? Our class got over. YouTube also people are asking. Is there our CA Foundation rank holder? So you find his photo on the result day. Mega reveal. Two states are waiting. Yeah. Next one. This I want you guys to understand a little bit. Wrong totaling or wrong casting of the subsidiary book. Now, let me understand this. Who see which rank? He is CA Foundation All India rank 1. Now, if you don't get, people will say that Nivesha. So for that, you read. Okay. Let's understand the topic. Wrong total or wrong casting of a subsidiary book. Now, I will come back to what we did in the beginning of the class today of subsidiary book. Now, I purchase goods from X, Y, Z. Purchase goods from what? So, what will I write? In purchase book, I'll write X 100, Y 200, Z 300. Total is what? Total is what? Total is what? 800. X 100, Y 200, Z 300. The total is what? 800. Is this wrong? Yes. Now, where all will it impact is what we have to understand. Where all will it impact? Impact number 1. Impact number in the sales ledger. What did I say I'm going to be writing? So, sorry, what is for sales? Sales will be what? By total 800. But have I given X 100 as X amount? Is it right? Check here. Is amount of X right? Is amount of Y right? Is amount of Z right? What is wrong is what? Total should have been 600. You have totaled it as 800. What does that mean? You are giving excess credit to sales. You are giving what? Excess credit to sales. Now, what will you do to correct it? You will reduce by what amount? 200. You have to reduce sales. Sales as what balance? Credit balance. To reduce sales, what will you do? You will debit by 200. Understood? Now, instead of 800, I wrote it as 400. Instead of 600, I wrote it as what? Now, what happened? Credit should have been what? 600. You have only given a credit to the extent of what is the shortage? Now, how do I make good of the shortage? I will credit sales. I will credit. Understood? Sir, whatever you are explaining, we are able to understand because I have made it simpler. Questions will not be this simpler. You need to break yourself. You have to break it to whatever I'm saying, connect to these examples. English, if you get right, rectification is easy. It's gonna test what? Your English. Sir, English gottilla, I can't do anything. Paper, we are not writing paper in Hindi. North Indians at least have an option of writing in Hindi. South Indians, that's why our DMK leader is fighting. Do what for him? Correct, no? DMK only, no? Or ADMK? DMK only, no? Understood wrong casting? Okay, ma. Purchase or sales. I took the sales part of it, right? Last one, wrong balance carry forward. Listen to it. Wrong balance carry forward. I did the balancing. I did what? I should have written my balance on the credit side. If my closing balance is on the credit side, what balance do we say it is? If I am writing my closing balance on the credit side, what balance are we talking of? On the debit balance. I wrote it as credit. I wrote it as what? Something which should have been debit, I am writing it on the credit. You remember one thing we did? Ledger account, debit have been credited, credit have been debited. How did we rectify it? By, if something debit, you have credited it, you will reverse it by twice the amount. You will reverse it with same logic will apply. Same logic we are going to apply. Are you clear? Okay. Take your 5-minute break. What? Come back. Hello, CA aspirant Rajam. If you guys want the notes, you can just drop in your mail ID or maybe download it from the ArivuPro page. The link will be posted after the class. Hello, Banu. Just Shuma, I thought. Exams too. Guys, it's a 5-minute break. We are going to start at 7:50 again. Any interest on depreciation? Important question on depreciation and amortization. Either you will get or you don't get. Guys, whenever you read a chapter, make sure you know everything in the chapter. Don't skip. Guys, do we start? Shall we start? All the brothers, all the people in the class, shall we start? Now, just look into the effects on the trial balance. Wrong account, will it affect the trial balance? Instead of writing purchase to Ram, you wrote purchase to Sita. Will it affect the trial balance? Wrong amount, both the sides. You wrote 1000, 1000. Wrong side of the correct account. Instead of writing in Ram on the debit side, you wrote in the Ram's account credit side. Will it affect? Wrong casting. Overcasting or undercasting. Then wrong balancing. If the amount is posted in the wrong account or it is in the written on the wrong side of the account, it is called as error of principle. It is called as error of undercasting or overcasting of a subsidiary book is an example of error of commission. If the amount is posted in the wrong account or it is written on the wrong side of the account, it is called as error of principle. Again, they have asked the same question. Now, compensating errors. What did I say? If there is one error and that gets compensated by an other error, we call it as what? We call it as what? Compensating error. Now, look into this. If the effect of the errors cancel out, the errors will be called compensating error and the trial balance will disagree. In case of a compensating error, will the trial balance agree or disagree? Now, take an example. I have purchased goods. What is the journal entry? Purchase to X, let's say 10,000, 5,000. Is this an error? Is this an error? I wrote next one as, again I did a purchase. I wrote it as purchase 2x. Here I wrote it as 10k. Here I wrote it as 5k. Is this an error? Together when you count, what is happening? Purchase X account 15,000. Therefore, it will be what? Compensating error. What is the total of debit? Total of credit. So, that means trial balance will tally. So, now what are they saying? Trial balance will true or false? Trial balance will agree. See here, error of principle. Will it affect trial balance? Omission, complete? No. Partially? Commission? Usually yes, because a lot of them will have an impact either on wrong posting, wrong casting, everything will have an impact. Compensating? Now done. Now this I've already covered. Errors which affect the trial balance. We'll look at it a little further. Now we'll come to the main point which Nivash was asking from that long time. Was asking from such long time that he was looking whether I know this chapter or not. I'll explain now. So everyone listen to it. Shall we start? Errors are rectified in 3 stages. How many stages? Before preparing trial balance. Before preparing. Second one, after preparing trial balance. The third one is next year. First one is what? Second one? Third one? Now let's assume that you did an error in journal. You got to know there. What will you do? You will rectify in journal only. You did an error in ledger. When will you rectify? In the ledger. Because you got to know the error then and there. You won't go back and scratch everything and write from the beginning. You understood the error, you will erase it and write it there. That is what means before trial balance. Clear? Now, what is errors at the trial balance? I did the trial balance. Trial balance did not tally. I got freaked out. I wanted to check where is it going wrong. Then I go back and check wherever the errors are and then correct it. That is what? After trial balance. I prepared trial balance. Trial balance was not matching. Full headache. I went back, checked, corrected. That is what? After trial balance. Third one is what? This year trial balance got tallied. Next year when you are doing something, suddenly you figured out that you have done error. When did you figure out? So how do you come back to the last year and rectify? Don't know. So that we will learn tomorrow. Because examination question will come from that. Because you have to be fresh now to learn. So tomorrow we'll learn. This thing we are going to complete today. The first 2 things. That is what? Before and after. Fine. Now, read here carefully. Stage 1. Stage 1. Situation. Book is still open. Book is. Trial balance is not yet drawn. Trial balance is. That means what? I did journal. Mistake in journal. I did ledger. Before I could do trial balance, I figured out I've done a mistake. That is the situation. That is the. Look into it. Rectifying action. Direct posting in sales ledger. Debit sales account. See here, only sales account is wrong. Only what? Sales account is wrong. Therefore, either option is you can directly post in ledger or you can do the debit of sales or no journal entries required. Sir, full confusing. Correct, no? We'll come here. One-sided error. What? What does that mean? You have done debit already correctly, but you have done a mistake on the credit. Now, let's say for an example, I have done RAM to purchases. RAM to, I wrote in purchases account. In purchases account, I wrote it as what? RAM properly. But in purchase account, sorry, what's the journal entry for purchases? Purchases to RAM. So, in the purchases account, I wrote it as what? Purchase account, I wrote it as 2 RAM. Whereas in RAM's account, I should have written it as what? I did not write there. I did not. What does that mean? That's an error of omission. That's an error of omission. Now, Nivash is saying, sir, how do you rectify it? Is you have to go to ledger and then write there the entry called by purchases. Correct? I am saying the moment you do that, you are unnecessarily giving another purchase ka entry which was not even required. Because have I done the purchase account properly? Have I done the purchase account properly? So I don't have to go and change anything in the purchase account. I only have to do what? Change Ram's account. Ram's account, if I give properly the debit or credit, this problem gets solved. There is no need to again open another account. Are you clear? Because purchase account has got it properly. In purchase account, did you write it as 2 Ram properly? That means what? Purchase account has got its debit, right? Now in Ram account, you did not do. Now again you bring purchase account. You are unnecessarily doubling an entry. That cannot happen in real life. Therefore, I will go in and write a statement saying that I am going to debit Ram's account by 500. There'll be in the computer a place where you can do this debit adjustment. That is more than enough. You don't have to pass an entry. Now he is asking, sir, when will I pass suspense account? Suspense account is after trial balance. When? So I am doing which stage? Before trial balance. That means I will say, Ram, you should have got a debit. Sorry, debit or credit? Ram account should have got a credit. You did not get a credit. Now I will give you a credit. I will give you what? Don't ask me whose name and all. You should have got a credit. I am giving you the credit. So I'll write it as credit Ram's account by 500. That's all is your answer. Are you clear with this? If the purchase amount was 500, I'll write it by 500. Now see this question. Okay, 1000 only. How the 500 if I did not write it's 500 only. I didn't write it on the wrong side. Now let's go one by one. Here, sales account or the sales book was overcast by 500. Sales book was what? Hi Srinivas sir. Sales book was what? Overcast by 500. Now, what did I say? The parties in the sales book, did you do error with them? Sales book overcast means what? You have done the totaling wrong. You remember that example 100, 200, 300. I wrote it as 800. Here he wrote it as what? 500 more. 500 more. Now, the guys who are in the sales book, did they get the entry right? Did they get the entry right? They got the entry right, but did the sales account get the totaling right? No. So I only have to rectify whose book? Sales book. Sales book is overcast. Means what? Sales book has gotten extra credit by 500. Sales is a credit transaction. Sales book is overcast by 500. That means what? Sales book has got extra. How do you reduce 500? So see here, debit sales account by 500. That's all is your answer. Debit sales account by. Did you understand this? Next one.
In exam, they will give before preparation trial balance.
They will give. Now see one by one. We'll do this 5 questions. Our Nivash doubt, we'll solve it now only. Pass rectifying entries for the following errors. Deducted before. Okay. Okay. Fine. Sales book was overcast by 2500. Sales book was what? So what will you do? I will see here. Sales book was overcredited by 500. Therefore, your answer is debit sales account by, with the note, to overcasting 500. To overcasting of sales book. So you are asking, no, in the sales account, I can write one entry as what? To overcasting in the sales. Easier option is to do this. Debit sales account by what? 2500. Or the option is, now in the sales account, see here, what I have done, what is the journal entry for sales? Bank to sales. Let's assume it was 5000. I wrote it as 5500. It was 5000. I wrote it as what? Have I overcasted it? Now, how do I rectify it? So you can write to, instead of, if is not feeling comfortable writing statement and all, you can write it as what? In the sales account to overcosting, or the way to write it is, did you all understand this? Now you are fine. Before? Okay. Is everyone clear? Confusing? Fine. 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 This is okay. This is not okay. This is, I don't know. Hey, yeah, fine. Next one. Purchase return book was, purchase return is having a debit balance or a credit balance. They are saying is undercast. Means what? You are shorting credit by 450. How do you rectify it? Credit purchase returns by 450. See here. Credit purchase return by 450. Next one. Guys, did you understand? Online folks. Online folks, yes. Next one. Cash received from Raj 1200 was correctly entered in the, but was not posted to his account. Was not posted to his, cash received from was correctly entered in the, that means what is that? Cash received from Raj. What is the journal entry? Cash. What's the amount? 1200. 1200. Now I'll open cash ledger and I'll open. In cash ledger, where you should write? To Raj, 1002. Did he write? In Raj's account, what he should have written? He did not write. So what's your rectifying entry? Credit Raj by 1200. Sir, no, I want to pass an entry by omission 1200. In Raj's account, you will write an entry as what? By omission 1200. Are you clear? If you want to write an entry, you will write it as what? By omission. Or you can write a statement as what? Raj's account will be credited by 1200. Understood? Online. Now next.
Purchase return, if it pass entry means buy undercasting. Purchase return.
Huh?
If it is undercast means buy under.
Purchase return undercasting, you will be crediting the purchase return account. That will be by undercasting. I think the answer in the this one is wrong. The explanation which has been given. Here it's been given to. Here they have written right. Here it should have been by. If you guys are having the notes, you correct it. It will be by here, not to. Next one, discount. Next one, what? Discount allowed to a customer 90. Discount allowed to a was not posted to discount allowed account. Was not posted to, though entered in the debit side of the cash book. Though entered in what? What is the journal entry for discount allowed? Discount allowed account debited to cash. Discount allowed account debited to cash. Now, cash account, have you recorded it? He paid cash, it could go to cash account also. If he has returned to X, write it to X account.
It's not allowed to X.
To X account only, right? To X account. Right? Now, in the discount account, what is that which is going to come? In the discount account, I should have written it as 2x. How much is the amount? 90. You have not recorded it. You have not. So what will be a rectifying entry? Discount account will be debited by 90. Discount account will be debited by, or if you have to record it, to omission. Understood? Next one, goods sold on credit. Goods sold on 3,000. Correctly entered in the sales book. Correctly entered in the, but wrongly posted to the customer's account as 300. So the error is in whose book? Customer book. What is the journal entry for sales? X to sales. So customer account debited to, it should be what? You wrote what? So what will you do? Customer account will be debited by, customer account will be debited by 2,000 or 2 undercasting 2,700. Did you all understand? Either I can write it as the statement or I can pass it as a journal entry. See here, the customer account has been under debited by 2,700. Therefore, debit what? Customer's account by 2,700. Are you clear? Before trial balance, are you clear with it? So one-sided errors, either you can do before trial balance, either in the statement format or in the to by format, whichever is easier for you. Easiest is to write the statement, because if you would have seen, it's so easy. I go to debit, where it should have come, I write the amount. I go to credit, wherever is the amount, I write it. Writing the statement is lot more easier than passing an entry, because sometimes you'll get confused. Is it error of principal or commission? You will write the error name there. To omission this one, to error of this one. Too much headache, boss. Why do I have to remember all of it? Rather put it as the statement format, it becomes easier. Are you clear with this? Now, two-sided errors. What sided errors? This is the most easiest. This is the most easiest. Why? Because two-sided errors will have wrong entry, correct entry, and rectified entry. Two-sided errors will have what? Wrong entry. That's my second kind. Now see here, purchase of machinery 2,000 entered in the purchase book. Entered in the moment you have entered somebody's name in the purchase book, what does that mean? You have recorded the purchase journal entry. Now look into it. They have done an error. Wrong entry, they have done it as what? Purchase to Ram. Correct entry should have been what? Therefore, rectified entry will be what? Now we have become a pro at this, right? Next one. 100 received from Kamal Kishore. 100 received from? What is the journal entry for money received from Kamal Kishore? Cash to. I want especially the science students to look at the way I am reading. 100 received from Kamal Kishore. What is the term I am using? Where will credit come? This is my credit. This is credited to whose account? So the wrong entry is cash to Krishan. Wrong entry is, sorry, right entry is cash to Kamal. Wrong entry is cash to Krishan. So what will be the rectified entry? This is right. This has to be reversed. So Krishan will come on the numerator, replacing Kamal. Understood how we read credit? Next one. This I have explained it today morning or today evening. Credit sale to Mohan was recorded in the credit sale of Mohan was recorded in the. Now, what is the correct entry? Mohan sales 5,000. 5,000. This is my correct entry. Does anyone have a problem? What is the wrong entry? What is the wrong entry? Purchase to 5,000. The moment I say it is recorded in the purchase book, no brainer, I will pass the purchase entry. That's why I was stressing in the morning. The moment you write somebody's name in the purchase book, it is what? Purchase entry has been passed. Purchase entry has been passed. Clear with this? Now, how do I rectify? Students who mistake this, I've seen most of the time. I'm going to apply the same rule. Look into it. Who's debited? Who should have been debited? So, how do you rectify the debit? How do you rectify the debit? Mohan to purchase 5,600. 5,000. This I have rectified who? Now I will rectify the credit. Who's credited? Who should have been credited? How do you rectify it? Mohan to sales 5,600. 5,000. Are you clear? Now I will combine because the nature is the same. I will combine. Nature is the same. Mohan is what? 5,600 plus 5,600. Mohan account will be 11,200. To purchase, to sales. To purchase. Are you clear? Did you understand this? Want to write it down? You can. I corrected in the morning. That's why I'm telling you to write. Guys, I'm teaching again. Look into this. Huh? So you believe that is right. Then, oh, you came with a preparation to show that I am wrong. Hey, what is this sadistic pleasure? Da? He's saying I came with an intention to show you wrong. Now you are telling it right. I'm disappointed, it seems. I have to come well prepared to class next time. I had the same thing what you are doing. Read before coming to the class and wait for the teacher to do mistakes so that you pounce on them. Now, jokes apart, let's try to learn it, right? What is that error they have done? Purchase, sorry, what is the question? Read it.
Credit sale of 5,000.
Hey, credit sale of 5,600. What is the correct entry? Guys, online, what is the correct entry? Mohan to sales 5,600. This is the correct entry. What is the wrong entry he did? Purchases. The moment he said, I have entered it in the purchase book, that means you are passing a purchase entry. Are you clear? Now, I am going to follow that. I am going to do independently correct the debit, independently correct the debit. Sorry, credit. Independently, I'll correct the debit and independently, I'll correct the. Now, let's look into the debit correction. Who's debited? Who's debited? But who should have been credited? So, what I will do, whoever is wrongly debited, I will cancel by crediting it. I'll cancel by. So that means, can I say this account is gone? Now, who should replace him? This is the rectifying who? Debit. Now, let me rectify credit. Who's credited? Hey, who should have been credited? What will you do? First, remove Mohan. How will you remove Mohan? So I will write Mohan account debited 5,600. Can I say I have removed Mohan now? Now who should come in place of Mohan? I'll write it as to sales 5,600. Now this is my debit correction. This is my. Now I'll combine both and write one entry. I'll combine both and write. So what will be a rectified entry? Mohan account debit 11,200. That is 5,006 plus 5,006 to purchases 5,600 to sales. Understood? Don't think anything. This is right. No, don't think. They are frustrated. Don't think. Pavam, she has woken up at what, 2:30? Tomorrow we'll ask her to get some sweet and then we'll think. I told you no. That's okay. You, after 2, if you're not getting sleep, you message her. She'll respond to you. Guys, understood? Guys, understood? Okay. Now come to the next one. Guys, here. Why? That only will do. I'll answer at the end. Others will get confused. That's why I'm saying. Then he'll go and tell Arjun does not know. That's why he does not answer my doubt. So I'll answer. Just wait. Guys, are you clear, online folks? Next one. We'll do this last question for the day. Right? Last question. I know you won't wait till this question also, so wait. Purchase of from Karim was recorded in the purchase of old furniture from Karim. It should, what is the journal entry? Furniture to, write down the wrong entry. Wrong entry is what? Furniture to, wrong entry or correct entry? Was purchase of old furniture from Karim was recorded in the purchase book. Was, for you it might be an old furniture. For me it is my Taj Mahal. It is my new asset. So new asset will be recorded in the correct entry will be what? Furniture to Karim. What is the amount? 4,000. 4,000, right? But what did you do? Wrong entry. What did you do? Wrong entry. Purchases to 4,000. So what's your rectified entry? Furniture to purchase. So furniture to purchase. Wrote down right entry, wrong entry. Clear? Next one. Repairs to machinery 3,400 debited to machinery account. Repairs to machinery. Repairs to machinery debited to machinery account. Where will repairs to machinery come? Where will repairs come? Repairs is part of my P&L, but I am writing it under what? Machinery account. So what is the wrong entry I have done? It's a maintenance expense. It should be recorded as what? Correct entry is repairs to cash or bank. Wrong entry is what? This is my correct entry. What is my wrong entry? Machinery to bank. So what will be your rectified entry? Repairs to machinery. What's your rectified entry? Repairs to machinery. Right? How many marks does this chapter come from for your exam? Last 3-4 attempts, it's been constant 8 or 12. But our average is 6 to 12 that we look at. Right? 2 though, for God's sake, if you have to do mistakes. We'll keep that 2. He's telling you're teaching me to do mistakes. Is there any negative marking? Negative marking is only for your... Next one, rent paid to landlord debited to... What's the journal entry for rent? Rent to cash. What is the term I'm using? So who's going to be replaced? Instead of rent, you wrote it as landlord. Landlord to cash. What will be the rectified entry? Rent to land. These are easy. You just have to identify where debits and credit. Now, 5,000 paid for wages. 5,000 for installation of new machinery. What is the correct entry? Because it's a capital expenditure, what happens? Machinery. Wrong entry. Therefore, rectified entry. It is machinery to wages in Kormangla branch Zoro. In Which account? Machinery to wages. Clear? Next one. Goods sold to Ram 1500. This one is little difficult. We'll try to look. Goods sold to Ram were entered in the sales book as. Again, I'm using the word. That means in the sales book only you recorded as what? 1050. What's the journal entry for sales? Ram to. You here only you recorded as 1050. 1050. Instead of what? 1000. You should have debited how much? You have debited what? 1005. You should have debited 1500. You are debiting only what? 1050. What will you do? Your shortage is what? So your journal entry will be Ram to sales 450. Ram to sales 450. Last one for the day. Cash received from A. Cash received from. What's the journal entry? Cash. How much? 2000. Thank you. Cash to A. 2000. Now what are they saying? What are they saying? That it was. Credit means what? Below. What will it happen? Cash. Now, how do you rectify it? Hey. This is my correct entry. This is my wrong entry. What is the rectified entry? B2. Understood? Okay. So, what are the things that you are supposed to do tomorrow? Guys, we are done for today's class. Can I join there? Yes, you can come and ask them if there is space. Only rectification and one. A couple of chapters. After a long time, I'm going live actually. Listen, no. The class is officially till 9:15. So you guys listen. See your schedule. Okay, still it's not 8:45. So listen. First rank Raju. He has finished everything. He has finished everything back home. He's come here to check whether I know right or.
I think your teacher good or not.
So you will then go and promote there. You are supposed to go back home. Make sure all the 2 chapter questions that we did, which is that cash book and subsidiary book, you solve it today. 1 hour before the class, whatever I have taught, run right now. I want you to make sure you redo it. You only have to do what? Entire theory along with explanation has been given. There has been one error in the notes which is there that I have corrected it. For the ones who have not taken a printout, if you want, I'll send you the updated one. For the ones who have not taken the printout. But that's all you are supposed to do tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll revise whatever has been done so that there is no confusion between before and after like our Nivesh had. About your why before you are writing statement, now after why I am writing suspense. To make it clear, I want you guys to be absolutely clear with this. Tomorrow's class is where most of your exam questions are going to come. So we are going to solve as many past year paper questions and then we will wind up. Right? Tomorrow we finish early, we'll do a quick revision and we'll wind it up. Right? So see you guys tomorrow at Attendance they'll come. See you guys tomorrow. See you.